Greetings, welcome again to this video. My name is Simtandile Puma. Today's topic: what are the essential skills for effective preaching? There are 4 essential skills that are required to prepare for effective preaching. Number 1 is textual analysis. Number 2 is theological interpretation. Number 3 is sermon development. And number 4 is sermon design. Let's come to number 1, textual analysis, text analysis. When you are going to preach, you need to be skillful in understanding the text. You need to understand the structure and the details of the biblical text. Some of the things that you need to know is, if you are going to take a certain text as your basis for preaching, you need to understand it. You need to understand even the book, where it comes from, what type of book. For example, in the Bible we have the books that are regarded as poetry. We have books that you can take them as books of wisdom. You can have books that we regard them as literature. Some books are written in the form of storytelling. So when you then you need to understand then how to analyze the text, so that you can properly understand its context and its the text itself, the original meaning of it to the original audience, so that you can see how to implement or apply it to the current audience. That is number 1, text analysis. You need to be able to understand the structure and details of the biblical text. Number 2, theological interpretation. You need to clearly articulate the main idea and bridging the ancient text to the contemporary relevance. So you need to be able to indicate as you are going to preach, as you preach it, what was the meaning of this particular text to this original or ancient audience, and how do you bridge the gap between the ancient audience to the current modern audience, so that you can clearly articulate how does that text become relevant to the current listeners, to your audience, to the modern people that you are preaching the text to. You need therefore to be skillful in theological interpretation of the text. Number 3, sermon development. You need to prepare and develop the sermon, balancing a persuasive elements, using analogies and storytelling to engage the audience. So you need to prepare that you are going to balance persuasive elements of your preaching, using some analogies, storytelling, and other skills that might be necessary depending on who you are talking to. Number 4, sermon design. You then need to design the sermon in preparation for the way you are going to deliver it. Plan for faith response, arranging material for oral presentation, which means you need to, while you are preparing to preach, you also need to plan how are you going to deal with people who, as they respond. Are you going to tell them to do something? Are you going to send them somewhere? And then also you need to prepare the material that you are going to use while you will be preaching or delivering your sermon. Maybe it's going to be a PowerPoint. Maybe you are going to just be using a pulpit. Maybe you will be using your sermon, maybe reading your sermon from your tablet or phone or from a computer. Whatever the case might be, you need to design your sermon with a view on how you are going to deliver it, and also what kind of response you will be expecting from the audience. Thank you very much for joining us. Let's meet in the next video. God bless you.